I'm not sure about many of you, but in this J Shadow Constellation update, I found a very weird scenario where you may notice that when you try to search on any Warframe videos, you may notice that too many of the contents, no matter it's the thumbnails or the titles, you always see the specific term such as the best, broken, broke the game, or even show the damage cap have been reached. It's natural that players love these kind of contents, right? But in the long term, I don't think like this is something that can be ignored. To fully understand this situation, we need to think from the very beginning. Why do we want to watch these kind of contents? In the early days, I'm not sure how long it was, it's really hard to achieve a very good damage number or a consistent kill among enemies. But what I've noticed here is that I'm not sure starting from which updates, I can't guarantee it's all of them, but almost all new stuff, at least one thing will always be so good that when you try to search on the related videos, the thumbnail and the titles will always use this specific term. No matter it's the best, broken, break the game, whatever you can name it, you get the point. From your view, you might think that, well, it's good that this kind of new stuff is good, isn't it? For me, however, because I do mention, I look at the long term, this is something that we need to think about. If let's say just only one new stuff become broken, after that in the following updates, all the newly released content will be quite mediocre, then I would see that as a very natural thing. But right now, what happened is that almost all updates, at least one new content is completely so broken that you can feel that damage cap is easily achieved, strong weapon can be easily named as the best. But if you know about main grammar rule of English, you know that best is actually meaning the first, the top one only. Which means, in a logical way, you only have one best. But if you look at a lot of the previous content, you can see the term best keep reusing consistently. Previously, it could be Temple as the best Warframe, and later on what? Noko the best Warframe, and then now Sirius and Orion the best Warframe. You can see that they're always reusing the best continuously, non-stop. If you say that everything is best, can I ask you a question? Who is exactly the true top one best Warframe? You can't say there's a lot of best, right? Okay, I know that I sound a little bit too stubborn at this point because focusing on the English grammar rule doesn't really solve anything. Okay, let's think about the system part. You have to understand this. Warframe is a very casual but also offer high freedom for you to do whatever you want. This is good at one point, but on the other hand, you also have a very hidden problem. You have to know that I'm not just only playing Warframe, I also play other games as well. I do get in touch with certain gacha games, which is Honkai Star Rail for example. I know how the whole environment Honkai Star Rail is, especially for the Chinese community. If you do not know, I can put it in simple. They have a very strong argument between whether you want to pull a character solely on your favorite or purely on the power creep system. And because of how the game itself recently just have a very strong HP inflation, especially in the upcoming version 4.4, I also quite very hard to tell whether which character I want to pull. This is also a kind of situation that will apply to every player. Now, I never played Genshin Impact, but I do heard that due to Genshin Impact had a very high ladder for the power creep player, on the other hand, Honkai Star Rail power creep ladder is very low that every player can participate in this kind of discussion. It's not just only the anomaly arbitration. Even the recently released Star Wars mode already asking for 3 unique, not overlapping character full teams that you need to get the maximum reward. And if you understand what I mean, this is something that I'm a little worried that might happen to Warframe. Because of this, when you look at Warframe community, you can tell that many of them trying to discuss whether which weapons or Warframe is the best or not. Now, I won't say that it's bad. In fact, it's actually quite good because everyone can get in touch. But one thing to note is that this will also blur the definition of the best, strong, and whatsoever term you can come up with for any kind of content. Because until right now, you can tell that everything became so strong that every player's already putting up a very high standard where when new items release, they should expect they perform well. better or even best compared to the previous contents. This is why when you check on the recent videos that talk about Warframe, supposedly Warframe is the prime version of War and supposedly should be stronger, but due to how players already been putting high standards for all the weapons, they think that Warframe just basically couldn't match up to their expectation. So a lot of the players just say that Warframe is weak and even consider that it is just another MR fodder. And what does this lead to us right now? I cannot say that content creators should not use this term, or even players cannot search on these contents. Everyone has their own right, and I know that as a content creator, we need to look out for a way to make sure that these kind of new contents do match up to the great strength that they possess. Especially, it's not unfamiliar that YouTube algorithm just really like to work against the content creator, and many of us already know about it. So it's natural that content creators really want to use this kind of superlative terms to draw attention or any clickbait. I understand that. But because of this, I already give up on using these kind of terms for quite a while now. And for us, the regular players, you have the right to discuss this together. But be a civilized person. Don't try to think that everything you said is right. Because it's a very open discussion, whatever you think it is doesn't guarantee that it is work for everyone. Yes, Warframe is weak, but that doesn't mean that everyone should not use it. If you ask me, I love the design of Warframe and I really like to use it. I have a way to make it work, and this is how the high freedom game actually offer more than just a power creep. If there's something that you like, just go for it. Why care about it so strong and weak so much that it will affect your gameplay? After all, you play game because you want to enjoy it, not to make your life harder.
If this is your first time watching, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out any newest contents from me. Why not leave your comments down below if you got any ideas or thoughts you want to share with all of us. And that's it from me, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye bye!